Welcome back to the Brenda Perryman Show right here on TV 33 WHPR, Comcast 90 in Detroit and Oakland County, and www.tv33whpr.com, courtesy of the World Wide Web. Now, I have a singer, and she's so busy I could barely get her. This is Miss Joan Belgrave. Good morning.
Good morning, Brenda. Good morning. So happy to be here. Thank
I'm
you.
happy you're here because I never know when you're in town or not in town. But Joan, tell us where you grew up, how you got started, and everything.
Well, I started singing as most of us did in the church, in a small Baptist church. Well, actually, before that, my mother was a singer, and when I was about 3 years old, back in the day, uh, our parents didn't go out to clubs; they had house parties.
Yeah.
And so what she would always do, or my parents would always do, and I'm one of six children, is they would take the children with them to the house parties. And so we would have the children would have our own little room, and the parents would have their room, and
Right.
they would be
At least they
playing.
knew where their
They knew
children
where their
were.
children were, and everyone raised everyone else. It was a village. So at these parties, my mother would sing, and she would always come and grab me out of the kids' room, put up a little milk crate, and have me sing with her. And she loved the blues. So I started singing at a very, very young age, probably about 3 or 4. I remember
Wow.
before I went to school. I remember singing with her. Of course, she loved Aretha and all of that. So, and then we went to. She always made us go to Sunday school, and we had to. I think I was about 6 years old when I sang my first lead at church, and I remember thinking that the church was so big because they had to put a thing on the floor so that I could see over the podium. We didn't stand out in front of the podium at that time. They didn't allow us to do that. So the soloist had to stand behind the podium and speak. And in order for me to reach it, I had to stand on a couple of boxes or whatever. So it's really interesting how far people tell me all the time. They say, do you get nervous when you sing? And I said, I've been doing it for so long. It's not really. I don't even think about it. It doesn't matter whether
So,
you're.
where were you raised?
I was raised in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
Yeah, I was raised in Ann Arbor, and my mom was raised in Ypsilanti, and my father in Ypsilanti. My grandmother had 15 children in Ypsi, and my last uncle's name was Amen. I kid you not.
Really?
Yeah, so we have a really, really large family. I went out to California for about 30 years, and I raised 3 children out there. I married and had 3 children who are all grown now. My children are spread out.
And your daughter's expecting twins.
Yes, 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 in New York. And my son just got back from China, my youngest son, back from China. And then my oldest boy is a coach for the St. Louis Rams in St. Louis.
Wow.
So the thing that I like to talk about is that during those years, for 16 years, I didn't sing at all. While I was raising the children and sewing clothes and being a mom. And one of the reasons I didn't was because I knew that if I started, I would have to pull. There would be a pull of, okay, do I go here or do I do this? And so I didn't even sing in church for that whole time because I was focused on the family and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So in 1996, I came back here, and my father had passed, and my mother asked me to sing for his funeral. Well, of course, I hadn't sung publicly in years, and I remember I did Amazing Grace, and it was amazing because I remember watching myself. It was almost as if I was standing out in the audience watching me, and then a voice from my father. He says, "Why aren't you singing? That's what you want. That's what you went out to California for. That's what's in your heart." And so after that, it was almost like a waterfall. I couldn't stop. I had to build a band. I had to do a recording, and my first record, and that's actually what split my marriage up because my ex-husband couldn't deal with that. It was, but my children were in high school at the time.
Yeah, but when you're born to do something,
Right.
no matter what happens, you end up doing
It's
it.
going to happen anyway. And everything happens, and I always say that everything happens in God's time, and in his order. So everything that I feel happens to me for a reason, and it may be unpleasant, but there's a reason for that.
Do
So
you
you
know
learn.
what is so funny? I stopped directing plays at school in the beginning of my marriage because my husband didn't like me staying late. So I said, I give up the plays, I'll give up theater, and I'll just teach English. Well, it ended up the teacher who came and took my place. Well, she eventually left, and they said, Brenda, you got to teach drama. See,
So you got it anyway.
I got it anyway, and it's something I've been doing since I was a little kid. And these are things that you come back to doing your passions,
Right,
people.
right.
You come back to doing your passions.
If it's something that you love, that the old saying that find something that you love and you'll never work a day in your life, because
That's
it won't
right.
be work. It's something that you love and it's your passion. And I just feel blessed that I'm able to do what I love, at this stage in my life.
Right,
and,
right.
And it's time. It wasn't time for me then. It wasn't time for me, but it's time now, and I'm really excited.
As soon as my daughter went off to college, my last child, I ended up going all over the country doing poetry and all of that. I even did poetry with you guys before.
Yes, yeah, and
Oh,
you will again.
guys, I'm talking about her husband, Marcus Belgrave. I know
Yes.
you've heard of Marcus. He's a legend, 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 and you're on your way to legendary yourself.
Thank
Can
you.
you give us a little bit of a song? I know it's early in the morning, but I do this to my guests.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, the project that's just came out a couple of days ago is my Christmas project, and it's called "Merry Christmas, Baby," and I'm gonna do. Well, that's Santa Baby. That's what you're listening to.
That's
Thank
a
you so
little
much.
bit of your. Oh, look at your album.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. That's from the new project, and the other one is Excitable, which was just released on a new label, Blue Rivers Records. And I'll have both of those tonight at the Volt Lounge at the Marriott.
Somebody else sang that.
Eartha Kitt, darling.
Eartha Kitt. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Eartha Kitt. Yeah, and what was interesting is we recorded this last year, and one of my musicians said, "Joan, are you going to do anything with that Christmas stuff?" And I went, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
I know.
So I said, "Okay, well let me rush, see what I can get out." And here we go. Here it is. It's released a couple days ago, and it's available. And,
Well, we're going to take that down some so you can sing a little something live. Thank you,
no
Sean.
problem. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't do some blues because
All right.
what I like to say is Joanne comes out. That's my mother. Her name was Joan, but they called her Joanne. So whenever I do blues, Joanne comes out. So
Okay,
this is
well-
for my mom, Joanne, and it's the title cut of that project.
Joanne,
Welcome to the holidays. Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Yeah. Oh, Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Bought me a diamond ring for Christmas. Now I'm living in paradise. Well, I'm feeling mighty fine. I got good music on my radio. Said I'm feeling mighty fine. Got good music on my radio. Well, I wanna kiss you, baby, while you're standing neath the mistletoe.
Well, bravo. Let's give her a hand.
Merry Christmas. Come on in.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, it snowed today, though, so I guess we're kind of getting ready for the
Yeah, it
holidays,
did
right?
kind of snow.
Sprinkle just a little bit.
Yeah, I hated that. I mean, snow, ice is my enemy.
Oh, yes. I don't like the ice.
You know, you're so strong this morning. Before you leave, I'm going to have you sing something else. I tell you, I mean, so resonant and no music behind her. And that's a true singer
Oh,
who
thank you.
can sing without the
Oh,
music and
thank you.
stay on key.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
You know,
mean,
I have the privilege of singing with the Motown Legends Gospel Choir,
yes.
with the Contours, E.J. Johnson of Enchantment, Al Chisholm, Vandellas. And, you know, when you sing with a group of lead singers who are always on point and always on key, it keeps you on your toes. So I'm really, really blessed to be a part of that group as
Now,
well.
you and Marcus have traveled a lot,
All over
haven't
the world, yes.
Why don't you tell the audience about some of the places you've traveled, what you've done?
Well, one of the things that I'm really excited about is Barbados. We set up what's called the Detroit Barbados Jazz Connection. And Marcus's father was born in Barbados. So we went there, and we, in conjunction with the U.S. Embassy, we brought 3 of our young Detroit musicians to Barbados to play with those young people. We coached a big band, two small ensembles, and 6 vocalists. And so when they performed with the young people there, with the University of West Indies and the Barbados Community College, those young people were so astounded by the skill level of our musicians that they wanted to come to Detroit and find
Of
out what's
course.
in the water, right?
Of course.
So we obtained funding from the Barbados government to bring 2 of their young musicians here, and they came in 2013 to stay with us for 3 weeks. A week before the Jazz Festival, they stayed the week of the Detroit Jazz Festival, and then a week after. And
They had a ball.
they didn't want to go home. They didn't want to go home, and we're building upon that right now. So it's starting to grow. The Barbados Council in New York. I'll be going to New York and performing for the 48th anniversary of Barbados independence in New York, in Brooklyn, on the 30th.
Oh, that's
And the
fabulous.
connection is just going to keep growing. So we just try to tell people, because you know, you hear so many bad things about Detroit, and we just try to change perspectives one person at a time. Come and see for yourself is what we like to say. You know, just come and see, and then you'll see how great the city is. There's a wealth of things happening here, wonderful things happening here.
So you have some things coming up, don't you?
Yes, yes. I'm starting a new jazz series down at the Marriott Hotel at the Renaissance Center called the
Oh,
Volt Lounge. And we'll be doing some weekly jazz there starting tonight. Tonight's will be the first night. It's from 8 to 11 p.m. And there's no cover charge. It's free.
no cover. That's
Cover.
my price.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice because it'll be a nice place to meet and greet and mingle. They have food. It's a beautiful ambiance. You have a beautiful view of the city. And tonight we'll have
What floor is that?
3rd floor, right where
Uh-huh.
the
Oh, I know where that is.
yeah, right. It's the
Yes.
lounge right there. Easy access. You just pull up to the valet and go on up to the 3rd floor, and we're
Right.
right there. You do have to make a reservation though, because I have a feeling it's going to be
Oh,
crowded
wow.
because it's
Do
free.
you have the number?
I do have it. I don't have it here with me. I'm sorry,
Okay,
but it's
well,
just the
they-
Marriott, Detroit Marriott Hotel, the Volt Lounge. It's
Lounge.
and it's from 8 to 11. And tonight we'll be starring Bill Meyer
Oh,
on
I know
piano.
Bill.
Bill Meyer will be on piano. Marcus Elliott on tenor, and a youngster, a new youngster, Joseph Diaz, will be on bass. Next week, Marcus Belgrave will be there.
Oh, you know him.
So I know him, yeah, and I'll be there tonight as well. I'll have my CDs. We'll be doing some stuff off of the Christmas project and Excitable as well.
Wow, this is exciting. Can you give us another little tune
Okay,
before?
let's see. How would you like something gospel, or would you like something sassy?
Sassy.
Sassy.
I
She's
mean,
sassy. She's ready this morning.
I'm sorry.
All right. All right, I'll
Give
do
it to
something.
my co-host out
No
there.
problem. Okay, let's do a little something off of the Excitable project. This is something that Billie Holiday used to do, and I always like to do some of Billie's stuff that is upbeat. And because everybody talks about her hardships, but she was a wonderful, wonderful person. She had ups and downs just like everybody else. And it's called Me, Myself, and I. Me, myself, and I are all in love with you. We just think you're wonderful, we do. Oh, me, myself, and I have just one point of view. We're convinced there's no one quite like you. Oh, it can't be denied, dear. You brought the sun to us. We'd be satisfied, dear, if you belong to one of us. So if you pass me by, 3 hearts will break in 2. 'Cause me, myself, and I are all in love with you.
Wow. Wow. Me, myself, and I are all in love with you. My go-to song is Good Morning
Oh
Heartache.
yeah, that was on my first project. I did the first project that I did was called Emotions Blue, and it was a tribute to Lady Day, and Good Morning Heartache was the title. Yeah.
Good morning, heartache. You're
You
the one who knew me.
gloomy side.
Right.
Good morning, heartache. Thought we said goodbye last night. I tossed and turned until it seemed that you were gone. But here you are with the dawn.
I say I harmonize with Joan. That's what I say I'll do. That's what I say.
I love it.
But you know where that song came from. The writer of the song
Absolutely.
had he was in a long time romance. He broke up with his girlfriend. She quit him, and he sang that song. And he eventually got married. She got married to the person she fell in love with. 30 years later, they were both widow and widower. They ran into each other, and they got
Wish
married.
I'd forget you, but you're here to stay. It seems I met you when my love went away. Oh, I might as well get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache. I see you're back in town. Good morning, heartache. Sit down.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, whoa. We've had a great morning here. Joan, once again, where are you performing?
At the Marriott Renaissance Center, the Volt Lounge, 3rd floor, Friday night tonight. And you can also go on my website at www.joanbobelgrave.com. You can sign up for the email blast so you'll know where Marcus and I are and what we're doing around the city. There's a lot of great things. Like I said, this is a new series, so come on out and support it.
Yes, yes. Okay, Joan Belgrave. You're
Merry
this morning.
Christmas, baby. That's the
And
name of the title.
That's the title of her new album. Where can they pick it up?
You can pick it up on Amazon, on iTunes, on CD Baby. You can also pick it up from me tonight at the Vault, or on my website. Either place.
Wow, that's great. Don't forget that right after this show is Table Talk with Brenda Perryman, and we have a slew of topics to talk today and a lot of social issues because we are encountering a lot of social issues as a people. So, Joan, thank you, and I hear your music in the background.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back in a few moments, and Joan, once again, I loved it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back very shortly. Thank you.
Baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, an SCL convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby. So hurry down the chimney tonight. Ooh, think of all the fun I missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. I've been an angel all year, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.